Here comes Dr. Leo J. Shapiro, CEO of 8sages.com, reporting encouraging news about the nation to the National Student Parent Mock Election from his nonpartisan, independently funded research.
When the United States of America was founded, major segments of the population were oppressed as slaves and indentured servants, subject to the tyranny of their masters. Even though the nation's founders had just finished fighting a bloody revolution to escape the tyranny of the King of England, with the battle cry of no taxation without representation, women and Native Americans were not allowed to vote. The nation's founders themselves rebelled to escape oppression by the King of England using the battle cry, "Give me liberty or give me death," and recognized that the seeds of revolution to overthrow the government they were about to establish existed in the oppressed segments of its population. To forestall bloody revolution, the founders resolved to establish a government for the United States that would regard all men as born equal and endowed with the inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They believed that power corrupts and that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and were concerned that the President of the United States, once established in office as the ruler of the nation and in command of its armed forces, might seek to tyrannize the nation and become a president for life. Accordingly, they decreed that the president and the legislators would be swept from office periodically in bloodless revolutions, so that the people would again be free to choose their leaders in free elections. In this fashion, the founders of the nation gave the people of the United States the power and the responsibility of choosing their president wisely every 4 years. George W. Bush, the 43rd President of the United States, is preparing to leave office as president and transfer his power to the winner of the presidential election to be held on November 4th, 2008. The distance the United States has traveled to achieve the ideals of its founders and treat all who are born as equal is dramatically demonstrated by candidates the people will choose between in the coming election. The Democratic candidate for president is African American, a man who could have been a slave when the nation was founded. The Republican candidate for vice president is female, a woman who would not have been able to vote in 1776. The people have become skilled at selecting a president. In making their choice, the people not only compare the candidates to each other, but also gauge how closely each candidate comes to having the leadership qualities of the past president who performed so well as a leader that the people, if miracles could happen, would want to return and lead the nation. In effect, the 2008 presidential election not only pits McCain and Obama against each other, but also pits the 43 past presidents of the United States against each other. The preferred past presidents are, in descending order of preference, Ronald Reagan, preferred by 18% of the people. Bill Clinton, 15%. John F. Kennedy, 13%. Abraham Lincoln, 9%. Franklin Roosevelt, 7%. George Washington, 3%. Harry Truman, 3%. Other, 20%, and no choice, 12%. Among those who preferred Reagan, 75% planned to vote for McCain. Among those who preferred Clinton, 75% planned to vote for Obama. In addition, 65% of those who preferred JFK planned to vote for Obama. As of October, Obama is ahead of McCain by 43% to 35%, with uncommitted at 22%. But the election has not yet been held. Much can change between early October and early November as the candidates campaign and the nation's situation changes. The people of the United States today are able to choose their president wisely, having gained knowledge of the performance of past presidents by having seen some of them perform in office and learning of others from historical reports. But what about the over 4 million elementary, high school, and college students who will vote in the National Student Parent Mock Election to be held 5 days before the presidential election, and will, as they come of voting age, vote in actual elections. Students are gaining knowledge and experience needed to become informed voters by attending classes where they learn about past presidents, current candidates, and issues.
Thank you, Dr. Shapiro. For free access to curriculum materials, go to www.nationalmockelection.org and vote for both the current candidates and for the past president whom, if miracles could happen, you would want to lead the nation today. If you would like more detailed information about the studies Dr. Shapiro spoke about, contact www.8sages.com.